Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your September 2022 mid-month general readings. We're looking at the last half of September 2022, and this is for the earth sign of Taurus, our beloved bulls. Welcome everyone. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to watch this video, any of the videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you for your likes, your shares, those of you who hit that subscribe button, who reach out for personal readings, all the feedback, comments, all the donations. Lovely, all appreciated. Thank you so much. So Taurus, this is for you. Last half of September 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Taurus. If you're cross-watching for a Taurian, it's relevant as well. If you know your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them all for additional insight. If you find that something does resonate with you, you really relate to something, you'd like to take a deeper look at it, reach out for a personal reading. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link with this video. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I can usually respond the same day with that information. I do readings full-time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at scheduling people in as quickly as possible. So if that's something you'd be interested in, please send me an email. I'd be delighted to work with you. You can also purchase readings as gifts for other people. They do make great gifts too because they're so personal. Okay, Taurus, let's see what the last half of September looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We begin with a little obsession here with the Devil card. It could be addiction, obsession, mental health issues. You know, it's interesting because I got this for Aries too, but it was one of those situations where I wasn't sure if it was really unhealthy. I mean, often the Devil card can represent unhealthy, addictive, obsessive cycles. But it doesn't always necessarily mean unhealthy. It often is, but not always. For example, like, you know, top athletes or people who are really successful, they do sacrifice in other areas of their life to get that, but they pretty much have to have this Devil card energy in order to get to the top of what they're doing or where they're at, right? But let's just see how this plays out, right? With the Devil, we have the Two of Cups, the soulmate, kindred spirit, best friend. Wow. It's interesting I brought up Aries because they had this and it felt like, and it was a person for them or a relationship. You know, maybe some of you are a Taurus Aries mix, or the other person is, or you're an Aries watching for a Taurus, or vice versa or something, because somebody is completely convinced and obsessed with this person being their person. Now, for some of you, it might mean that your person has an issue, addiction or obsession or mental health issues, something like that. But still, they're like your person, because that's the kindred spirit soulmate card. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. Emotional renewal, the heart beginning to open up again. Emotional renewal in an already existing situation, which, if for those of you for whom this will be a relationship reading, this would be a renewal in a situation maybe that had some issues. Could be new love and romance. It could be the heart opening up in another way, particularly for somebody who's, you know, maybe getting clean or going through a rehab process. With the Ace of Cups, we have you, King of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Next, we have the Lovers. I couldn't have created a spread that was pointing more to love than this. I mean, I really try to kind of open up the readings to other interpretations, but sometimes they come across pretty strongly in that area, although, again, it's still open for interpretation in a general reading. But Lovers. Lovers represent another, you know, this is a karmic relationship. The Lovers represents a relationship at a crossroads, meaning that a decision needs to be made. Either the decision is about the relationship itself, or it may be in another area of life that will have a significant impact on the relationship. So you've got the Two of Cups and you've got the Lovers. You've got both cards that represent the Ace of Cups. I'll just wait to see if the Knight of Cups comes out. This is definitely a karmic connection between these two people. Now, a karmic connection, soulmate, I think sometimes that terminology gets used too often or it gets misinterpreted. There's a soulmate or a karmic connection. It doesn't necessarily mean that that person, whether they're, I mean, they could be like a boss you have a difficult time with, but it could still be a karmic relationship. The whole purpose of karmic relationships or soul relationships isn't necessarily that that person is going to stay with you your whole life. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But what we're meant to learn and grow from in that relationship is what we're supposed to take with us for the rest of our lives. Sometimes we carry the relationships themselves, the people, together for the rest of our lives, but sometimes not. We're supposed to take what we learn, how it shapes us, and how we grow and learn forward with us. So that's my little rant. With the Lovers, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is an extraordinary reading. Out of 6 cards, 4 of them are major arcana, and the other 2, out of the other 2, one of them is a court card, and the other one's the Ace of Cups. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is another major arcana card: Temperance, angelic gifts, balance, being grounded, having spiritual help and staying grounded and balanced. It's a card of tremendous healing as well. Something rebalancing itself after maybe it was broken or really messed up. I don't know why I felt the need to pull another card for overall energy, but I did, and we have the Sun. Another, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cards here, and all but 2 are major arcana. It's a pretty significant, which likely means that for many of you Taurians, this is quite a significant time period, or this is quite a significant event or things that are playing out in your life right now. So let's clarify a little bit. But it's a fantastic reading overall. Even the other thing I can't really suss out in a general reading is whether or not this Devil card with this 2 of Cups is a toxic unhealthy relationship energy or not. I mean, that's going to be a judgment call for you guys, right? It often is unhealthy, but not always. Let's clarify the overall energy of Temperance and the Sun as if we needed to, because all is like beautiful here. But there is an implication with the Sun coming out, which also is light, love, warmth, laughter, strength, illumination. Temperance is, spiritual guidance and help in healing and rebalancing. There is an implication here that there was some issues and problems with this relationship connection in some way, shape, or form leading up to this. Clarify Temperance and the Sun for overall energy. This is an absolutely gorgeous reading, with the possible exception of the Devil card, which we'll clarify. Clarify overall energy of the Sun and Temperance. The Sun, the World. This is astounding, all these major arcana cards. So we have the Sun twice. I'm going to tell you, the Sun is the most positive, influential card in the tarot, because it's just like the real sun. When it comes out, it shines over everything, right? It affects everything. It's like darkness going away and the sun coming out again. Everybody always feels better, right? And it affects everything that it touches. It banishes the shadows and illuminates and clarifies and brings like the sense that it's the night is over and here is the sun. There's an uplifting of energy and heaviness and restrictive energies, right? And so too in a tarot spread is the Sun card, because it affects all the cards are intertwined in a tarot spread, but the Sun has a really boosting effect on all the positive cards and a lessening effect on any challenging cards, which likely means, and the World is successful completion and moving on to the next stage. So the Sun card twice here likely means that this Devil card is not quite so negative or toxic for those of you. It's just like somebody you just think is like the end all be all, the person you can't live without. Some of you, it might be that either you or the other person had some issues as represented by the Devil card, but here it's almost like they're just being lifted. So let's just clarify that Devil card, though. I mean, it could be that a partner had some severe addiction or mental health issues here, and you found the right course of treatment or rehab or medication or something of that sort too, because it's like being lifted here. The sun lifts all of that heaviness up. Clarify the Devil. The Seven of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this can be a couple of different things. The Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, worry, fear, insomnia about an unknown future. You're trying to predict the future, almost always with the worst possible outcome in your head. It's like dwelling on it so obsessively, so negatively, that it builds up to be this great big huge horrible thing in your head, and it doesn't even match the external reality of what's really going on. I don't like the Nine of Swords with the Devil because they're both like overly obsessive energy. It can represent, depression, really, really overthinking something badly. The Seven of Cups, potential, promise, looking at different possibilities. This feels like somebody's... So, I'm getting two distinct stories here. And there could be shades of this in between. Somebody has had some severe, perhaps severe mental health issues of some kind, or addictions. But here again, it's like it's done. Like either somebody hit their bottom and they're finally on a great course now, or you found the right medication, something, this is a more concrete issue here. Well, there's always mental and emotional aspects to that as well, but the other part of this is simply just relationship oriented. Like this would still be an unhealthy level of overthinking and obsessing in a really negative way about the outcome of a relationship. Like it getting to the point where it's almost making you ill kind of energy, which is no good. But again, it's the only challenging or negative energy here. And the fact that we have the sun twice in this spread already just starting out lessens quite a bit of that. But still less of this energy, because this is like, just expecting to see disaster after every corner or around every corner, You don't want that to become a self-fulfilling prophecy if that's the only energy you're putting out, right? Okay, let's clarify the Two of Cups. Oh, the Lovers again with the Two of Cups. Oh. On the Three of Swords, heartache, heartbreak, disappointment. Again, kind of relates back to whatever that Devil card energy is. It could have been a breakup because of this stuff, or just disappointment, or again, if it doesn't have to do specifically with specific like addictions or obsessions or mental health issues, then it's obsession about the relationship itself. It's like breaking up over something, or constantly being really worried and paranoid that the two of you are going to end because of something. Like it's always going to be a breakup kind of thing. Interesting. But again, that's the only negative or challenging energy. And with the sun twice, there's a great lessening of that. Clarify Ace of Cups. Emotional renewal. I mean, it could be new love, but there's too much of an already formed relationship here. So, or it could be the heart opening up again after, again, a lot of extreme difficulty and needing to find the right course of treatment. Others of you, it's emotional renewal within an already existing relationship that looks like it went through some pretty rocky times. Ooh, had some jumpers here. 2. Oh, I keep saying that in this reading. Oh. Because, like, you couldn't have made a love reading more specific than this if I'd have planned it. We have the Six of Swords and the Chariot. Success on a difficult road, because ambitious, won't give up, determined not to give up, and healing. Slowly but surely moving away from the worst of it is behind you. You're not quite to the other shore, non-solid ground yet. It is just an ace, but aces are kind of magical too. But you're definitely on the road to healing. Clarify the Lovers. The Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, things moving forward very powerfully, very quickly, very assertively, very forcefully. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, abundance, getting what you want, everything that you want. Like, this is the decision that is the right decision. If you were afraid somebody was going to end something, walk away, you guys were going to break up, I don't know, something, it was never going to work out. It's like, it's flipped here. Wheel of Fortune, this is divine timing and orchestration, kind of God, spirit, angels, and guides sort of nudging and, here and tweaking a little and nudging here, right? This is like, I want to say it's like a wish come true at the end here, but it sounds kind of cheesy, and nothing is ever perfect because it would negate the reason for us to learn and grow, but it looks like it ends that pretty close to that here, right? Let's just clarify the Wheel of Fortune anyway, see what Spirit gives us, shall we? The Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Lovers, Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, an offer driven by love, support, encouragement. The Three of Cups, celebration, fun, social energy. Yeah, it's a fantastic reading. Just a cautionary note about all of that, if it's a more concrete issue like mental health issues or addiction, but this is like just really overthinking something to the point that it becomes super unhealthy. So less of that, but it feels like things are working out really well for you, and it also feels like you have a lot of support around you. All right, any final messages, guidance, advice for Taurus for the last half of September? King of Coins, there you are again. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. So this is making a decision to go into a new direction, a new path of action here. Now, if this is a renewal of something, which it definitely looks like for many of you, this would be moving forward, but taking a look at what you can do differently this time. That you might do better, that you might do differently, that you've learned some lessons. It's about taking those lessons with you and making different choices and decisions moving forward. We have the Four of Wands, one of the happy home cards, the Six of Cups, the secondary soulmate card, a card of history and attachment through history as well, with the Seven of Wands in between it, which is about defending, protecting, and guarding that which you have a fair amount of yourself invested in. So what you may have thought that you lost or were going to lose is worth holding on to. It's Spirit supported here, and I think Spirit is strongly supporting you in some pretty blatant ways here. But they're also saying, take a look at your past path and see, what you could do differently and better here based on what you've learned from previous mistakes and choices. Okay. Fascinating reading. All right, Taurus, those are your messages for the last half of September. I hope you found them helpful and useful. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you'd like to peel back the layers a little bit, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to hear from you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the October general readings. Until then, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.